Hi, and welcome back to Math with Sophia, a part of Sola Math. Find more math resources at solamath.com. In this video, we'll be going over how to find the equation of a line, both when we're given the slope and a point, and when we're just given 2 points. For both of these circumstances, we're going to need to use the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we'll go over this equation in our examples. So let's get started. So our first example asks us to find the equation of a line that has a slope of 1/3 and passes through the point 3, 5. And generally we want to get our equation in slope-intercept form. To do that, we're going to need to use the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So first, let's write the information we have, our slope and our point. Our slope is 1/3. Remember, m represents slope. So our slope is 1/3, and we're given the point 3, 5. So now we just plug this information into our equation right here. First, it's a good idea to label our point x1 and y1. Label those coordinates so we know exactly what to plug in where. All right, so we have y minus y1 is 5. So 5 equals m is 1/3, so equals 1/3 times x minus x1, which is 3. So minus 3. Now, in order to get this in slope-intercept form, which is generally what the problems ask for, we need to get y by itself. The first thing we're going to do is distribute the 1/3 to everything in the parentheses. So we'll have y minus 5 equals 1/3 x minus 1/3 times 3 is 1. Now to get y isolated, we need to get rid of this -5. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. And the 5's cancel out, and we get y equals 1/3 x. -1 plus 5 is +4. So our final answer is y equals 1/3 x plus 4. Now let's try another example. Here again, we're finding the equation of a line, and we're given the slope and a point that it passes through. So the equation we're going to plug it into is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And the information we're given is the slope equals 3/2, and our point is 4, 1. So we want to label this x1 and y1 to make sure we're plugging it into the right spots. So now we can go ahead and plug our information in. So y minus y1 is 1. Y minus 1 equals m is 3/2. So 3/2 times x minus x1 is 4. So x minus 4. Now we're going to simplify this. So we start with 3/2 times x, and we distribute it to everything in the parentheses, so times -4. So we have y minus 1 equals 3/2 times x is 3/2 x, 3 over 2x, minus, we'll do 3/2 times 4 over to the side here, 3/2 times 4 equals, well, we can put this 4 over 1 and then we multiply straight across. So 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 1 is 2, 12 over 2 simplifies to 6. So now we know 3/2 times 4 gives us 6. So we have 3/2 x minus 6. Now we have one more step to get y by itself, and that is to add 1 to both sides. So these cancel out, and we get y equals 3/2 x. -6 plus 1 gives us -5. So our final answer is y equals 3/2 x minus 5. And that is our equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Now let's try an example where we're given 2 points. So here we're still finding the equation of a line, but it gives us 2 points. It passes through 12, 7 and 8, 6. So for this one, we're still going to be using our equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But there's one step we have to do first. Because we are not given the slope in our problem, we need to find the slope. So our first step is going to be to find the slope. And to do that, we'll use the slope formula, which is m equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Sometimes you'll see this flipped, where it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and both will give you the same answer. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is going to give you the same thing. You just want to make sure your points are lined up vertically. All right, we have point 12, 7, and 8, 6. So first we want to label them x1, y1, and x2, y2. And then we can plug it into our formula. M equals y1 minus y2 is going to be 7 minus 6. So 7 minus 6 on top over x1 minus x2 is 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 on the bottom. So 7 minus 6 gives us 1, and 12 minus 8 gives us 4. So now we have our slope, and we can plug in all our information into our equation now. Let's draw a little dividing line here. All right, so let's plug in our information. Y minus y1. So notice we have 2 points, and you can plug in either of these points into our equation up here. I'm going to pick this one since we already labeled it x1 and y1. So y minus y1 is 7. Minus 7 equals m is 1/4. So 1/4 times x minus x1 is 12. So 12. Now we want to simplify this. The first thing we're going to do is distribute our 1/4 to the x and to the negative 12. Y minus 7 equals 1/4 times x is 1/4 x. 1/4 times negative 12. Let's do over to the side here. So 1/4 times negative 12. I'm going to put that over 1 just to help us multiply across. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12, and 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 12 over 4 simplifies to negative 3. So we can look back here, and our 1/4 times negative 12 gives us negative 3. Now we need to isolate the y, so get rid of this 7, add 7 to both sides. 2, cancel out our 7's, and we're left with y equals 1/4 x. Negative 3 plus 7 is positive 4. And that is our equation of our line in slope-intercept form. Let's do one more example where we're given 2 points. So here in this example, we're finding the equation of a line, and we're given 2 points that it passes through. So again, our first step is going to be to find the slope. And our equation to find slope is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Let's write our points over here so we can label them. 10, negative 5, and 1, negative 2. So x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now we can plug in our information into the slope formula. So y1 minus y2 is going to be negative 5 minus negative 2. Negative 5 minus negative 2 over x1 minus x2, which is 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 equals negative 5 minus negative 2 turns into a plus. So negative 5 plus 2 gives us negative 3 on top, and 10 minus 1 is 9. Negative 3 over 9 simplifies to negative 1 over 3. So now let's draw a little dividing line, and we can plug in our information into our formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus y1 is negative 5. Negative 5 equals, our slope is negative 1/3. Negative 1/3 times x minus x1, which is 10. So minus 10. Now let's simplify. So let's distribute our negative 1/3 to everything in the parentheses. And we'll also simplify this side. Minus a negative is a plus, so we're just going to go ahead and write that. So y plus 5 equals negative 1/3 times x is negative 1/3 x. Negative 1/3 times negative 10. A negative times a negative is a positive, so plus. And if we multiply straight across, 1 times 10 is 10 over 3. Now to get y by itself, we still need to cancel out the 5. So in this case, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Cancel the 5's, and that's going to give us y equals negative 1/3 x And let's do 10 thirds minus 5 over to the side here. So 10 over 3 minus 5. We need to change 5 into a fraction over 3 to be able to subtract. 10 over 3 minus 5 is the same thing as, if we need to put something over 3, it has to be 15. 15 divided by 3 is the same thing as 5. So now we can actually subtract these since they have the same denominator. 10 minus 15 equals negative 5 over 3. So we have negative 5 over 3 right here. And that's our final answer. Y equals negative 1/3 x minus 5/3. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more.